Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Natalie with Natalie's Gardening Adventures. Okay, so today I am going to be trimming back this plant. Now the thing is neither my mom or I can remember for the life of us the name of this plant. So if you happen to know it, let me see. I don't think this flower is not in here. Okay, hold on. Let me go ahead and see if I can adjust this without causing too much turbulence for you guys. Not too well. Uh-oh, it's not wanting to work for me. Hold on just a second. Yeah, why is it not wanting to? There. I don't know if you can better see the flower now, but here is the flower, and they end up looking like this. I kept the plant the way it has been after the flowers died, but once the flowers die, they have these little pods on them and then these little sticks. Quite frankly, if we take the pods off, this plant actually looks really cute even that way, but it's starting to drain. The reason why you want to cut off any dead parts of your flowers is because the plant is trying to get nutrients to parts that are either dead or dying, and now it's not giving the nutrients to the rest of the plant that actually could use it and needs it. That being said, we're going to go ahead and just trim this. But if anybody happens to know the name of this plant, we would both very much appreciate it. We probably have the card somewhere inside. We try to keep the cards of plants that we don't come across often. This one we actually got at a shop called, I forgot the name of the shop. The Plant Lady.
Oh, the Plant Lady.
And she has, she has all kinds of incredible plants. I mean, ones that you can find at Lowe's, Home Depot, but also ones that are a little bit more obscure. This was one of the ones that we'd seen there. Now, this particular plant is, I think, like 3 years old, and then we have another one 2 doors down. I'm just being funny. That's, I think, maybe this one I think is 3 years, the other one is 2 years, or maybe vice versa. But we're also wanting to separate this at the end of the season into 2 plants, so we'll end up having 4. However, we are not completely sure and confident about how to do that. I do have a water plant next to here. You can see the tops of it. I'll do a different video on that. It's actually a papyrus plant. But that one, we cut the base of it in half. We used a saw, which is what was suggested to us at the end of last season, because it is a perennial as well as this. And so we were figuring that's what we would do with this one. However, we don't know if that is actually the proper way or not. But once we know the name of the plant, so if you happen to know the name of this one and could leave it in the comment section below, we would greatly appreciate it, so we could do some more research on it so that we know how to go ahead and separate it so that we can give it more room to grow bigger and fuller and healthier. Because right now it's very, very, very root bound in the pot that it's in. But I'm going to go ahead and just cut some of these off. Then I'll go ahead and stop, and then we'll come back once it's done so you can actually see how it looks all cleaned up. Hopefully it'll still have some new buds come in. It did hit the other one, which I'll take you over there in a few minutes, did have some new buds. It's already bloomed and already starting to well, actually, I don't think they're quite starting to die off yet, but all I do with this one, I just want to make sure that where I'm going to be is actually on camera, because it's kind of sunny. You should be able to see it. I'm going to actually pull it down just a tad, and I apologize that I don't have it. I'm not fully professional as a videographer. I'm getting better. I mean, I do have other channels, but I don't necessarily do as interactive stuff and needing to zoom in or zoom out, that kind of stuff. But we'll go ahead and go through this now. I would love it if you have this plant, this plant, give this video a thumbs up. Well, actually, anybody, if you guys wouldn't mind giving this video a thumbs up, that would be great. It definitely helps the analytics, and liking, commenting, sharing would be great. And also, if you'd like to see the rest of my adventures, I don't know how much they're actually adventures. It's not like I'm climbing Mount Everest or anything, but as I take you along with everything, I love it if you'd consider hitting the subscribe button, as well as ringing the notification bell so you're notified anytime I upload a video. So I am going all the way down to the base, or as far as I can, so that I could go ahead and trim it, which I did. These are just simply going to get thrown out. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to throw it on the ground right now. My dog, or Miley, is not around right this second to get into anything, but we're just going to go ahead and trim it down. Now, I don't know when the leaves start to die on it, they get like kind of watery. I try to take them off before they get to this point, but this one is not as green and as lush as it was at the beginning of the season. And I think okay, I'm gonna just put it out there, we haven't fertilized this plant, I think, since we got it. Now I am trying to make sure that the plants that we have are getting, fully taken care of as much as possible so that they last the longest. Now, as I mentioned in another video, in case you're new to gardening, perennials are flowers that are plants that come back every year. Annuals are ones that only live for that season, and then they die, and that's it. I have had 1 or 2 annuals actually come back, but that's because I kept them in the dirt, and that they had greenery, but the flowers had died, and it like got really sad looking. But then it ended up coming back the following year, but then it didn't after that, so I ended up getting rid of it. But I now lost my train of thought of where I was going with this. But once the stump, or not the stumps, but the bases of these actually dry up, I will pull them out. All you have to do is kind of like shimmy them once they're dried in the, like, closer to the root ball. Just shimmy them and they'll come out. Otherwise, they just kind of stay in there and they take up a lot of room. Anytime that I have ended up trimming these, they did end up regrowing. Now our heat, remember I live in Florida, and we're in zone 10A. Our hot times of the year, I'm not going to say summer because it wasn't officially summer, started very early this year. We got very warm very fast, and so a lot of the plants that we are used to not having bloom until closer to actual summer bloomed very early. So now they're close to being at the end of their blooming season, which is a shame, but some are still going strong. So we're looking forward to still having some flowers, although there aren't many things that really last through the dead summer here, because the heat, the sun is just so brutal, and the heat just, there are so many plants that just don't actively bloom. They'll still have their greenery and stuff, but they don't actively bloom anymore. Look at all this. This is all from the flowers that as they die, they fall into the base, and I try to catch it as much as I can, but that doesn't always happen. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and finish trimming this up, and then I may go ahead and just take you off the tripod and take you over to the other one so you can see that one as well. And then, yep, we'll be done. But I would love to hear, and if you guys have these, and these do very well, and the flowers really last a long time. Like this one right here, I think started blooming maybe a week ago, and it'll probably stay for a good month or so. So they last a long time, and they're so beautiful and blue. And the first ones grow to be really tall, and then the next ones seem to be like maybe half the height as they come in. But if you have these or have had these and you've had success, I would love to hear your tips, tricks. What fertilizer do you use? What have you done to make yours successful? Sorry. Actually, I'm gonna have to pause this so I could do something for my mom really quick. But and if you haven't had success, where do you keep yours? What, have you had them in the sun? Because these are full sun plants. They love full sun. Where did you keep them? In the sun, in the shade? Did you never fertilize them? I'd love to know what it is that you think you may have not done correctly, and so we can go ahead and discuss it and figure out, the best way for you to be able to have these and have them succeed. So I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, bye. Okay, so this is what it looks like so far. I think there's a great improvement. There are a bunch of the dead ones. My gloves are on the ground because there are like literally 10 billion ants in here. Now, a lot of it comes from the water plant, but when I was trying to go inside in here to go grab some of the dead leaves and stuff, the ants were coming out like crazy. Do any of you deal with, sorry if I'm touching the microphone, do any of you guys deal with ants in your garden? These are little tiny baby black ants, but there are so many of them, it's ridiculous. They were all over my arms and everything. I mean, I just don't know. But there's that one. Looks so much better, so much cleaner. And now we're over at this one, which I still need to clean up. But as you can see, this one had quite a few new buds or blooms that came out. This is one of the newest ones right here. And then we've got this one, which is still, can you see it? That you can, that's still about to bloom. But I don't know if we have any more new ones that I see coming up. But look how beautiful these flowers are. Let's do this one. Look how beautiful those are. Are those not gorgeous? And then they go ahead and they open up to be like these. And then the next step is they kind of go out to that. So I'm going to go ahead and clean this one up also. And then I will be back to show you the finished product. Again, if you guys have this plant or know this plant, have had this plant, if you see that we should be doing something different, please let me know. And I would love to know what you guys did to make yours successful. Again, fertilizer would be great to know. Just any tips and tricks, or if ours is doing really well compared to yours, let me know that too. I'd love to know. All right, I will be back in a minute. Okay, so here we are. This one is all cleaned up, looking good. I didn't get quite as many of the dead leaves out. Here's some of the branches off, but I didn't get as many of the leaves from in there, again, because they're like literally maybe 25 million ants versus 10 million. But by the time you guys see this video, we did some research and we've heard as well as read the diatomaceous earth is good to put in there to try to avoid maybe or get rid of ants, but yet not, it's not, you know, like if Miley got her nose into it or whatever, it doesn't hurt anything other than trying to get rid of the ants and I guess other bugs maybe. If we're wrong, I guess you guys will find out, because when I do an update video letting you know how it went, you'll know how it went. But we do have a severe ant problem with many of our plants. But look how beautiful that is. Isn't that gorgeous? Anyway, if you guys have any other tips about ants, please let us know. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I mean, there wasn't much of anything. It's really us asking more you, whether or not you know. Sorry, I just tripped on a rock. If you know the name of this particular plant, and get your experiences with it. Have you had it? Did it do well? Did it not do well? All of that fun stuff. So I look forward to seeing you again with our next video. Not sure which one that will be, but yep, we will see you guys soon, and I hope you guys have a great day. This is actually being recorded the day after 4th of July, so I hope you had a great 4th of July, although you guys probably won't be seeing this video for at least a month after that. Anyway, we will talk to you guys soon, and yep, sending love, hugs, and prayers to everybody. Hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll see you guys soon. Bye.